5 underrated anxiety tips. These are tips that you're not gonna casually scroll across on a blog or an article, and honestly, in most YouTube videos. These are things that helped me along my journey. These are things that I use to help me recover from anxiety disorder, the generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and health anxiety. If I beat it, you can too. Be a part of the family, subscribe today if you're struggling with anxiety. I make tons of videos like this to help you get to your goals. Remember to check the description in the first pinned comment for more resources and help after this video. Number 1, start thinking 30% routine, 70% practice. Practice means exposure, right? Exposure therapy, overcoming by facing your fears, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. So many people, all right, and in so many tips, and I've made a lot of videos on routine and things that you need to do in the morning and the evening, but we get so fixated on that, we get so focused, and I believe, including myself back into the day, I wanted my routine to take away 90 to 95% of my anxiety, so then whenever I got in the car, it would be easy. I'd just have to worry about 5% symptoms, right? I would hope that my routine would take away 90% of my fears about being out in public, right? Or, going to the grocery store, or exercise. I was super afraid of exercise whenever I was dealing with cardiophobia. I wanted my meditation, I wanted my diet, I wanted my journaling, I wanted getting up quickly and hydrating, all of those things to take away most of the fear that I had, but it doesn't work like that. You need routine. It's very important, especially in the beginning. That's why I'm giving it a 30%, because without it, it's very hard to just jump right into exposure. It can take the edge off, but I want you to start having this 30-70 rule. 30% routine, 70% of recovery and getting better is actually going out there, facing your fears so you then can overcome them. Put yourself in difficult situations and don't expect the symptoms to be 95% gone because of your routine whenever you jump back in the car or when you go back to work or whenever you start exercising. Underrated anxiety tip number 2, and this is a big one, guys, especially for those of you that are sick and tired of being pushed around by anxiety, okay? Challenge your symptoms to intensify instead of asking them to stop or go away, right? Anxiety is going to do the opposite of what you want it to do. You want it to go away, what happens? It either stays the same or it gets worse, right? Ask it to bring it on. You confuse the usual anxiety process of you begging it to stop because I'm getting in the car, or I'm going to work, or I got a workout coming up. Please not right now, just hold off, and it always intensifies. Confuse your anxiety. There is an anxiety bully picking on your subconscious. Your subconscious is crying out to you via these symptoms, right? I'm going to show my subconscious that I'm not afraid and that we are safe by saying, give me all the symptoms. I'm fine. I'm going to show you that I'm still going to drive. I'm still going to that workout. I'm still going to get up on stage. And even though I'm a little bit nervous, I'm going to deliver that speech. I'm going to that interview. I'm going to stand strong. And in fact, test me out. Give me what you got, right? And of course, right, we don't want to deal with symptoms all the time, but we have to at some point get our subconscious to trust us and to see us as a leader in these situations, that we mean business, that we are ready to overcome fear, right? And I had a lot of breakthroughs where I would stop panic attacks or get my symptoms to go away very, very quickly. So try this out. This is especially for those of you that have tried a lot of different things and you need a more aggressive approach. If you're sick and tired of this, right, and you're ready to overcome fear, right, which is required to recover from anxiety, start asking your symptoms to intensify, to desensitize yourself to the symptoms, and to show your subconscious that you are not afraid. Underrated anxiety tip number 3, stop checking your vitals or body scanning for comfort. That's key to this. This is why this is underrated, because many of you think that if it's bringing you comfort, that you're safe. Oh, my heart rate's where it needs to be. Okay, good. And then in 10 minutes, what do? You check it again, right? Oh, my blood pressure, it's good. Okay, we're not dying. We're not dying of a heart attack. I understand in the very, very beginning, I'm talking about maybe in the first couple weeks or so, this being good for comfort, for some reassurance. But some of you have been doing this for years. Checking, right? Checking your heart rate, your blood pressure, your oxygen levels, your blood sugar, right? Your body scanning, looking up, okay, everything looks normal, everything's okay. What you are doing is still indicating, especially if you have health anxiety, that you may have a health problem, right? Even though you've been checked out by the doctors. If the doctors are telling you to check, then this doesn't apply to you. But if they've told you that you're healthy and you're doing this for comfort, you are still imprisoned to checking. And you're at a barrier that has to be broken through, right? If you want to recover. Your subconscious still is relying on you checking to then let it know that things are okay. You have to remove checking, right? Do what healthy people do. Do healthy people check their heart rate all day or their blood pressure all day? No, they don't. And if you're wanting to accept anxiety 100% and to get your subconscious to believe that too, so the symptoms will then just stop, right? Because you're safe and you're healthy and you're good, and that's the message you're trying to give to the subconscious, then you have to stop taking part in actions that leave room for doubt, right? That there might be something wrong with my heart, so let me check. Okay, we're good. But if you're having to do that 20 times a day, guys, you're in prison to it. So get away from that. Number 4, guys, this one's big as well. Be overly gracious and thankful and normalize even the small amounts of time that you get where you don't have symptoms, right? Some of you are at the point where you get a day or 2 or 3 or even a week where things are good. Some of you are getting a few hours. Some of you are still towards the beginning and it seems like you can't get a break, but I can almost bet you if you're busy or distracted, you might have a minute or 2 where you're like, wow, I don't feel anything, right? And we make a few different mistakes, right? The first one is we take it for granted. Oh, this is how it's supposed to be, man. It would be nice if it was like this all the time, right? Or we don't have any emotion to our subconscious or no message. The next one is we feel like it feels weird to us, right? We've been anxious for so long that first, 30 minutes of peace is weird. Like, oh my God, I can't feel my heart. Did it stop? Did it stop, right? And then that can send us into panic. And then the next thing, guys, we are looking for symptoms to come back. This is great and everything, and you're not truly enjoying or appreciating the moment. You're like, but when are they going to come back? Oh, there it is, right? So we sabotage ourselves. Start to normalize the moments that you don't have symptoms, like you've been normalizing the immense amounts of time that you have had symptoms, right? There have been some breakthroughs with a few of my symptoms where I was so overly gracious, right? For an hour or two of like, thank you so much. This is what things are supposed to be like. See, you can do it, subconscious. Show tremendous gratitude and self-love to your subconscious. And sometimes you'll have a breakthrough where your subconscious is like, wow, I really don't need to be sending that symptom. Look how happy he is. Look how good things are, right? So stop sabotaging yourself in these moments, right? In these moments where you have some peace and you have some clarity and you have the ability to be rational, be overly thankful and gracious, and talk to your subconscious and let it know how proud you are for those moments. And number 5, guys, start thinking months to getting results instead of days or weeks, right? You are likely to get results in a span of a few weeks if you think months, right? Because it takes the pressure off. You're likely to stick to habits, to tips, to things that you have learned that help with your anxiety, right? I'm not saying you are the quick fix mentality where you think a simple supplement or a tablet or a pill or a tip or a hack or a book is going to cure your anxiety, but I still think there's a quick fix mentality aspect going on whenever you think something is supposed to clear you up within a few days to a few weeks. We are trying to build habits and not just one habit, right? We are trying to build many habits. You don't go to the gym overweight, or in this case, we're talking about anxiety. You don't start recovery with a world of problems and negative thinking and a lot of rewiring that has to take place, a lot of bad habits, a lot of bad symptoms, right? And you don't fix that within a few days, just like you don't go to the gym super overweight and in 2 weeks you have a 6-pack. It does not work like that. So why would it work for recovery? And we're not just trying to develop one new habit, we are trying to take on many new habits, right? Gratitude, positive thinking, journaling, mindfulness, exposure, the whole routine. We're trying to change our entire life, diet, exercise. We're doing a lot of different things that have to come together for recovery. So start thinking the long term. Don't put a timetable on your recovery. If you start thinking months and longer, I'm telling you, you will be surprised and you will get those results sooner than you think. If you made it this far in the video, go down below in the comment section and in all caps, I want you to put, let's get to work. Let's get to work. These tips work if you start applying them today and if you are patient with the tools that are given to you, right? That goes back to thinking months, not days or weeks, right? If you want my full blueprint on how I overcame health anxiety, panic disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder, go down below in the description and in the first pinned comment and check out Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. It's changing lives everywhere. Over 1,000 people have gotten started on that course. I want you to be a part of that as well. Don't miss out. Super affordable. 100 videos on there and tons of downloadables to guide you to recovery. Check that out. There are other resources down there. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, my email is down there for that. We can set something up. But guys, please subscribe. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And guys, until next time, keep fighting.